All right, so this week, what we're going to work on is social media posts. So if you guys feel comfortable hopping in the chat, that would be amazing. And letting me know, like, do you feel comfortable posting on social media? Do you feel like it's something you struggle with? Do you not get engagement like you wish you would? Are you consistent with it? You know, because that's what we're going to work on this week. We're going to work on keeping the consistency up, getting people to engage with you. And when you put a post out, how do you pivot that into a conversation, right? So we shouldn't just be throwing stuff on our newsfeed. The idea is to go and provide value, create conversations, build relationships. So I have some pro tips on here that your newsfeed is your resume. You want to post in the morning or in the evening for like best engagement, because think about it, when people are working, they're typically not on social media in the middle of the day. You want to comment back, you guys. Like, a lot of people don't know this. I didn't know this. When you're on social media, right, whether you're on TikTok, Instagram, Facebook, anytime you comment, right, you are bumping the post. So if you comment on someone's comment, think about the post there. So you comment, it like bumps it up into the newsfeed again. I always say it's like a pinball machine. What happens when the paddle hits the ball? It goes up, up, up. So every time you comment, that's what's happening. So when you comment on someone's comment, you're hitting the ball. I always tell people, stagger the comments if you can. If you have a post with 3 comments, comment back to one, boop, hit the ball up, go in their inbox, talk to them, hang out on Facebook for a little bit, then go back to the post and hit it again. If you go through like the 3 comments really fast, like boop, 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 you have nothing else to comment on, right? And then the post kind of just goes down the feed, right? It truly works. And what I tell people to do to test it is you get Facebook memories every day. If you guys don't know that, go into your memories in the morning. I do it every morning. It's kind of cool to see your growth over time. But if you go into your Facebook memories and comment on something, comment on a graduation picture, comment on a wedding picture, comment on something from years ago, and just because you commented on it, you like bring it back to life, like with the paddles of life, somebody else will inevitably either comment or like it because you bumped it back up into the newsfeed. Don't share it. I'm just saying comment on it, and it works. So that's why whenever there's a promo, we'll tell you guys, oh my gosh, go and find any spoons that you have, any posts that you made, and comment on them because it'll make it come back through the newsfeed. It's like a pinball machine. So we're going to be working on that this week. And then the last thing, this is like a super pro tip. And I think Janet, you can type in the chat if you want to. She tried this out and she was like, you're so right. If you ever see a quote, you guys, like a cute little quote, like a gym quote, a motivational quote, if you type it on a colored background, it gets more engagement than if you post the picture. Trust me, I've done it myself. I used to post those pictures every day for like 365 days. I swear to God, I did them. They're still in my memories every day. They wouldn't get any engagement. Nobody, like nothing. And then now when I finally learned that if I type it on a colored background, like people actually comment and stuff, like it really does work. So yeah, see Janet, because Janet's been doing it. I see hers pop through my newsfeed in the morning and I'm like, see, she's getting engagement.
Yeah, same with like reposting.
Thank you, Meg. Yes.
When you see something and you like share it to your wall, instead of doing that, just like write down or whatever it is that you love and repost it as your own on a colored background. Sharing doesn't get as much engagement. You're helping the person that you're sharing it from, but you're not helping yourself at all.
Thank you for that. And that, so if you ever see a post, right? This is another thing I do, you guys. Say you see a post and you're like, damn, I like that. Save it. Just click the 3 dots, save it for later. Or if you want to take a screenshot or put it in your notepad, and then you could post it yourself like 2 days later, a week later, right? Just don't do like Meg said. If you ever see that thing on the bottom where you can click share, if you click that, it Facebook, I don't know, they hate it. It just doesn't like it. So those are kind of pro tips. And then as far as talking about, and then we can like workshop this out. I'm going to go pretty quick. This was basically what I did one night on one of our calls. I just recopied it in here because I figured I learned by hearing things multiple times. So social media posts, and I'm going to try to share this again. I kind of wanted to just go through the kinds of posts that you can do, right? So providing value to your audience. these are the types of posts that you should be doing when you do social media. If you want to take a screenshot, write them down, whatever. I'll put these in the board on our app too, which I started making the board for this week. If you guys want to go check it out, I started putting stuff in there. So these are the types of posts: engagement, vulnerability, tips, lifestyle, entertainment. So anytime you put content out, you should try to think of these things. Are you trying to engage your audience and get them to answer questions? Are you trying to share something about your journey? Are you sharing a tip with them? Are you doing lifestyle? Lifestyle is great, guys, right? You can do family, your pets, your kids, your graduation, whatever. And then entertainment. If you can get people to laugh or have emotion, that's going to connect them to you. So I shared these before. I'm just going to show you a couple quick examples of like famous people that do this as well. Like this isn't just like a network marketing thing, right? So this is Kevin Hart, right? These were like 3 of his posts I took a long time ago. He did a lifestyle. This was him and his kids. He did entertainment with his little one. He did engagement. Engagement is you're trying to engage people. He wanted his audience to engage. So he said, caption this. Same thing here with The Rock. Lifestyle, it was Easter. Vulnerability, he was going into his life a little bit and what he's been through. Tip and education, he showed people how to make a recipe. Same thing with this is Marina's work wifey. She's all about people pleasing. That's like her whole niche. She talks about how you shouldn't be a people pleaser. She's a people pleaser. So she does tips and value. She entertains. And then she has like a little bit of all of it mishmashed together. And then this was just an example I found a while ago too. Sarah Spalding, she's in Modair. This is lifestyle. This is her providing value. And then again, all of it. This was like just to show you it done on Instagram too. So the idea is, right, that you, when you share, you guys, and the cool thing about Modair is we don't have to be billboards for some company. We don't have to go out and like sit here and just share like, you know, what the company tells us to post all the time, or share like, you know, buy this, here's the sale today, do that. We get to be ourselves, and that's what's going to draw people to you. So how you do that is you talk to your people. And what does that mean? That means you of the past. What are the problems that you went through? What are the struggles that you went through to get to where you are, right? What are you knowledgeable in? Are you knowledgeable about a certain skill, a certain hobby? And when you get on your newsfeed, that's it. Like if Janet's comfortable talking for a minute, I'll let her talk in a second because I see her all the time. She does like a lot of like mindset, and it's cool because she gets tons of engagement on with people that just like that she shares mindset tips, right? So that's social media posting in a nutshell. I put on here, you guys, in our boards, if you want to go take a peek at it, for week 3, I have on there and it working an engagement post. I've given this to you before in our team page. I've done it in the chat. The idea is you're creating conversations, right? So it's constantly pivoting. So if you're sharing vulnerability and someone's like, dang, Meg, I didn't know you went through all that. Holy crap, like you're so strong. Meg's going to thank them. Meg's then going to go in their inbox and look at their social media profile, see how she can connect with them, and then create a conversation, right? So the idea is, and listen, you guys, I was so guilty of this. I would always be on there thanking people and I would never pivot the conversation. But when my business started to explode, it was when I just started talking to more people. And I'm not telling you have to talk to 100 a day, but even if you aim to talk to 10, 20, right? Do the math. 20 people a day times 7 days in a week. I don't know, how much is that, Meg? 20 times 7, 2 times 7, 140? That's 140 people that you would talk to by the end of the week if you aimed for just 20 people a day, right? So that's kind of all I got. If any of you guys want to like hop off of mute, chit chat, shoot the shit, have a drink, share some summer fun you're having.
I will say, Carrie, one of the things that I also do is that I go back in periodic throughout my day, and even people that just like my post, they may not have commented on my post, I've gone back and started to try to start conversations with them. And I think today I'm averaging about 22 conversations between that birthdays and engagement posts. And then I also kind of played around with my posts because I've done some things that got absolutely nothing, but I have found that when I post about me, my family, and those motivational type of quotes, that I get more engagement than pretty much anything else. So that's kind of why I stick around those posts. Like I'm up usually about 5:30, and while I'm drinking my coffee, that's what I'm doing. I'm doing my birthdays, I'm doing my engagement posts, whatever I'm going to do. I find something that motivates me, put it up there, and just kind of wait for the magic to start to happen after that, and just take my time and respond to everything. But I think we miss things if we don't respond to the likes as well.
All right. Number one, I love that you brought that up. Thank you. Could not agree more with Janet, you guys. Don't just go by the commenters. 100% dive into the likes and the loves and all of it. And all you have to do when you send them a message, hey, Pam, how's it going, girl? Thank you so much for loving on my post. I appreciate the support. You're thanking them for loving it, and then you create the conversation. And then, Janet, I love the other part you said, that you're noticing what people are engaging with you on, and you're creating more of that. So that, you guys, is just analyzing backwards, right? You get to the end of the day, what worked, what didn't, and what can you change for the next day, right? So if you put a post up and you get crickets, think about it. It might not have been the post. It might have been the time of the day that you put it up. It might have been something else. You don't have to look at it like, damn, I suck, right? What worked, what didn't, what can you improve moving forward? So maybe delete the post and try it at a different time of the day after you pinballed the newsfeed a little bit. That's my other tip with posting, you guys. And I've heard lots of trainers say it. If you go into a cold newsfeed, you're gonna probably get crickets. Every morning before I post around 8 a.m., I comment for 10 minutes before I post. I go on my feed and re-comment back. I go on other people's feeds, I comment, and then I post. And if I get crickets, I'm like, crap, something's wrong, and I take it down. But go ahead, if anybody else wants to share or ask questions.
I have a question.
Good.
So I started a new job, so I've got to get a routine down. But how long are you taking to do these little posts at different times of the day? I mean, I know you have the power hour, but like, can you have a shorter version?
I know. But I was gonna say, Janet, you work like 9 to 5. Meg, so do you. If you guys want to pipe in, you guys can like share a little bit of how you guys work it if you want.
I don't work 9 to 5. My schedule can be from 6 in the morning until 3 in the afternoon, or it can be 11 in the morning until 8 o'clock at night, where I could be closing the store and I could be working till 9. So I try to get that first thing in the morning. At least I know I've got something going. And then periodically through the day, yeah, take 10 minutes or on your lunch or on your break or whatever. I'll go back in and I'll jump on and see what I can get into at that point. I mean, I've shared with Carrie, there's been many times I've been at work and I'm very frustrated because I run all the registers in the store and all that technology, and the registers crash. And I'm so frustrated because I'm in the middle of something about Modere, but now I have to stop for a while, pretty much a couple hours, until I get the registers all fixed again. So I think that it's important that you just take that little bit of time, whatever you find, just say, okay, I've got 10 minutes on my break, or 15 minutes over here, or 10 minutes before I have dinner with the family, whatever it is, and just try to find those little times. But I don't think you need to spend an hour throughout the whole day working on everything if you set it up correctly in the morning. That's just my feeling.
Okay.
Yeah, I would say it seems like Janet's close to an hour with those pockets, Tracy. So if I were you, I would do maybe like 15, 15, 15, 15, or try to do like 30 in the morning, 30 at night.
Okay.
You know?
Okay.
You have to really check your schedule and see what works for you, because I work 8 to 4:30. So what works for me is I get up a little earlier in the morning so that I have a half hour, like Carrie said, a half hour in the morning to kind of start my engagement posts and my stories. And I get in there and I say good morning. I show how I take my products and everything. And then at night, I try to show what I'm cooking for dinner in my stories. So then this way I can start commenting and then pivot into a post before I go to bed. So that's kind of how I try and work things with my job.
Awesome. Thank you, ladies.
Yeah. Anybody else?
I actually have another question.
Good.
It's more about with Modera shipping to Arizona in the heat. Because I have the new job, I don't want it sitting outside because it's, right now we're averaging, 115.
What about shipping it to your job?
I'll have to ask that. I think I'll be able to do that. But I was just curious on if they had a different way of shipping.
Not that I know of, and I'll be 100% honest with you. God only knows where anything UPS goes. You know what I mean? Like
they don't have much control over. I mean, they hire UPS to do their shipping, so it's in UPS's hands once it gets to them. So if you have a different location you have it sent it to, that'd be a better way to do it. So just work your ass off the first couple of days, have them love you and say, hey, look, I need to get something shipped here. Yeah.
Yeah.